Hey y'all! I was so excited to do this reading because it's like been so long. I was rushing through my morning routine. I love doing these for you so much. I hope you love them too. Um, so let's talk about current energies. Mercury just went retrograde in Pisces. Okay. Uh, Pisces season just started. The sun being in Pisces. And this new moon reading is about the new moon in Pisces. So, Piscean energy, it's the last sign of the zodiac. So, some astrologers theorize that this is the most evolved. However, in my experience, I've met some Pisces who were like, they were the most lost souls, but had, like so much potential, which for someone like me, an empath and Mars or Venus in Capricorn, those are like my favorite people. It's a habit I need to work on. And I am. But anyway, so like basically, Piscean energy can be at its highest dreamy, imaginative, creative, spiritual, soulful, emotional, just like super chill and like high vibe, right? Artists, but at like the lowest expression, they can be self-indulgent. They tend towards like drugs and alcohol. They do self-sabotaging martyrdom, self-pity. And something I've picked up is since Neptune rules Pisces, the planet Neptune. Sorry, I don't know why I clarified that. Neptune, it can be very illusory. It reminds me of the Seven of Cups in the Rider-Waite Tarot. It's like being overwhelmed and things being foggy. So it's like things can look a certain way when they're not. So just be aware of that energy, especially because I'm going to now talk about the bottom of the deck. So we've got coming out of a period of death, right? Like you are being reborn into the person. You're like already reborn into like the next version of yourself, all of these piles. And this is also a message of like, try not to get too trapped in ego. And when I say ego, I don't mean like, oh, I'm the shit. Oh, I'm the best. Like ego is like your mind, your logic. It's kind of like the avatar that you're functioning in society. Like your thoughts, the illusions that I was just talking about, like be careful of like something may physically look or sound or make you think a certain way, but it may not be true, right? With Neptune, all this Neptunian energy, Pisces, we've got retrograde, Mercury retrograde, we got the sun in Pisces, and then this is a new moon in Pisces. So, with the shadow attribute of the guide, what I got from this is like, it's making it harder to listen to your spiritual guidance. Like for me, I got really caught up in an illusion and I could like loudly hear my guides being like, it is false. It is false. And I was like, no, but I really need to know. So like, just be careful of things like that, just really trust. Like if you can hear your guides, if you're aware of them, or synchronicities. If you're seeing repetitive numbers, you're hearing a song all the time, someone tells you something that really resonates with you, like trust that, okay? Because another Piscean thing, Pisces is a romantic, emotional. It's a water sign. So Pisces likes to speak to you in a song or a poem or something symbolic, right? Like, so you can have your own interpretation of it and also have it be like very like dreamlike and romantic and feminine, because Pisces is a feminine sign. So there's like feminine energy. So just stay attuned to that more so than like 3D physical world logic. For all the piles. Aspire to higher knowledge and wisdom. Like, see above it all. The giraffe has such a long neck. Like, it reminds me of how the eagle, the eagle flies above the storm. It's like they stay above the eye of the storm. Keep your mentality there, trust your intuition more. And this also talks about, like, finding jewels in everyday life. Like, finding extraordinary in the ordinary. And not being so like stuck in habits that are like, keeping you in this static energy. Like get excited about life again. You've gone through this rebirth. And that is also speaking in terms of the seasons. Like this isn't just about astrology and the celestial beings. This is also about like, we are coming out of winter. The daffodils are blooming. It's clearly a sign that we're halfway from winter to spring. Like even a little bit further than that. okay? And depending on where you are in the world and everything, but where I am. So as we move into spring, that's when you start to see things grow. Like the seedlings break out. Like you're the seedling breaking out, okay? In terms of the season, like it's just, you can also logically understand it. Like as spring gets closer, you're going to start feeling like even more growth and vivaciousness and excitement. So it's like, try not to get like too into this, like, poor me, I feel alone, or I feel sad, or I feel like my dreams aren't coming true, because like I feel like they really are coming for all of these piles, especially with spring coming. And Pisces season is like the opportunity for you to unearth what is in your subconscious, your unconscious mind, and like clear the crap before all the good stuff comes in, okay? Don't get stuck in a low vibration, because then all the great things you want, they won't be attracted to you. Like you have to attract them with keeping your energy high. Which draws me to this card, the 11th house. Associations. Whoever you're associating with, make sure they are supportive. They are keeping your energy high. They inspire you. You know what I mean? Not drain you. Okay? I'm also hearing, don't fall into past patterns. A lot of you, beware of exes. Okay? Like, maybe you want to get back together with your ex. Maybe it's good for you. But for most of you, I'm really hearing a message here of don't. Maybe you need to wrap something up with them. Maybe you just need to have like that final conversation. Okay, it's going to be different for all of you, but I'm really feeling a strong message for most of you. Like, it's not about getting back together. It's about closure, okay? Or it's about like a test of your will. Like, are you going to go back to this toxic person or this person who's really not good for you? You've already had your experience and learned your lesson and wrapped up your karma with this person? Or like, you know, are you going to choose yourself and moving forward in life? So beware of your associations. Make sure they inspire you. And freedom. This is all about your freedom, like freedom from the past. I literally just channeled a message of hands with shackles that were falling off, okay? Now, this is literally a choice of, are you going to put back your own shackles? Or are you going to put them back on your hands? Or are you going to be like, yes, my shackles are free. Let's get it. You know what I mean? Okay. So, long intro, but it was legit. Here are your mermaids. I'm sorry I don't have any men mermaids. I actually wish I did. I've been trying to get my daughter to get the new LOL boy dolls. But, you know, I'd like to have a boy eventually one day, so we'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll give you a moment. You can choose multiple piles too, okay? And trust your intuition, however you want to choose. You can ask your guides and angels to help, or you can do it however you feel called. I'm so excited. I've just been so busy. Otherwise, I would have done more readings because I had so many ideas. But such is life. These are a little shorter than usual because I was called to do 8 piles today. So what's up, new people? All right. Mermaid number 1. Let's see what's up. New moon in Pisces. If you didn't listen to the intro, that's fine. Your choice. Pisces at its highest expression is creative, spiritual, emotional, feminine, peaceful, romantic. Pisces at its lower expression, it's like self-pity, self-sabotaging martyrdom, holier than thou attitude. Yeah, so it's like your choice how you access the energy for the new moon. So let's see how that applies. Okay, you're coming out of a period in your life where you were like this girl at the bottom. And you felt like people were looking down on you and you were cast out and you weren't appreciated, you weren't accepted is what I'm hearing. But I'm hearing you learned how to accept yourself. So some of these people changed their minds, some of them didn't, but it doesn't matter to you anymore. At least not as much as it used to. Like there's significant healing here. So yeah, I'm hearing you took your power back. Other people's opinions don't matter as much anymore. Also, it looks like this little baby. I know that it's different for this card, but what I'm channeling for you is this little baby is like a little cherub who like came to comfort you and guide you out of this mentality. And I also think for some of you, you have an actual child. So, you felt like this and you had to take care of a child. So bravo, that's tough. I know that's tough. That's amazing. Good for you. Okay, let's see. So we've got shadow attribute of the priest and the shadow attribute of the storyteller. There's been someone, and there may continue to be someone around you in this new moon who is embodying this energy. It doesn't feel like you. Let's talk about it. Because you picked yourself back up and you took your power back. There's someone who sees themselves as a leader, not necessarily a priest, but it could be like a leader, a guide. That's how they see themselves. But it's more ego. It's not true priesthood, being connected to spirit and wanting spirit to work out for the highest good of all. It's like whoever this person is, it just cares about them and what they want, their goals. Satisfying their own ego. And this person, I think, can feel like they are like nurturing towards you at times, but overall they mostly care about themselves. So just a message, whoever this is. And they're not 100% honest. Yeah. They're a storyteller. I feel like they are creative in some way. But oftentimes, like when they convey something to you, it serves their own agenda and they don't really care as much about how it's going to make you feel. So I think for some of you, you're going to experience this, like this person is trying to emotionally manipulate you, but it'll be a sign of your growth to see how little it affects you or how easily you can brush it off. Like maybe it affects you at first, but then you process it really quickly and then you get back into your high vibe again. So I think this is happening specifically because the universe wants to show you how much you've grown. But also beware. Some people have like toxic and healthy traits. So I'm not saying like cut this person out completely. I'm not necessarily feeling that way, but they definitely have a selfish agenda because it's shadow attribute of both. And I'm seeing you as this person and they are this person. And they're creative. In one way or another. They may not be an artist, but they could be. But they're like, they definitely can tap into their imagination well to serve themselves. Okay? New moon, new moon. Okay. And then we've got, oh, this is good. We've got the deer for your animal, your spirit animal for this new moon. Trust in the support of the universe. So these deers are connected through their hearts, and they're connecting to spirit through their third eye. And the male is connecting to the crown chakra. So, split message here. For some of you, this is a male who does take care of you in some way, whether it's like they're your boss who pays you money, or it's like a family member like a dad or a grandpa. Could even be a partner who's more in their masculine energy, whether they're male or female. But definitely feel a sense of like spiritual downloads. So they do exhibit some sort of spiritual leadership, and I think they are evolving, and I'm hearing through their relationship with you, especially as you stand in your power. So that's actually another reason for this. And the female deer here is really like her. See, they both have a third eye that's shining, but hers is like really shining, and his crown chakra is really shining. So I think through this person's relationship with you, it helps them connect to source better. And then through your relationship with them, it's like you tap into your psychic abilities better. So the tension of this struggle is actually strengthening both of you spiritually. Wow. Also, trust in the support of the universe. Like, if this is tough at times, and if it's coming from more than one person, sometimes it will be a group of people who are acting just like the most dominant energy, you know? So they sometimes will feel like they're all coming at you because they're acting like this one person who's the most dominant, right? Trust that the universe will support you, especially if you feel low at all. But I don't really sense that from you. Like, I sense that even if you get low, like you pop right back up. So, but you are also being supported. And also Archangel Michael, that is the archangel of protection. So like you are protected, and Archangel is actually specifically working with you because this is a spiritual growth relationship here. And if there are other people involved, which it feels like there are for a lot of you, they are also inevitably evolving from this and watching it happen, which is teaching them. So this is actually extremely healing, although difficult between you and whoever this person is, because you feel dominant too. Like you've really taken your power back. Dominant in a different way though. You feel more like feminine dominant, and this person feels more masculine dominant. The 5th house, the power of love. Also, I did see this one card from your pile, so I was drawn to your creations. But right now, the power of love. I think that you standing in your power, your feminine power of love, literally is helping to shift the dynamics of everyone involved in this, whether it's just you and them or you, them, and then a group of people. Definitely feels like you're both kind of the leaders, even like on an energetic level, like people follow your lead. And then your creations. From this, especially standing in your power, you won't be drained by what used to drain you, and you're going to feel more creative and colorful because I'm seeing how much color there is here and here. Yeah. So believe it or not, this situation that may have been difficult for a while and probably still is to a certain extent, you're definitely going to notice in this new moon how much easier it is as a significator for how much you've grown. And you're going to feel more creative. Yeah, and you're going to feel the support of the universe. You and this person do care about each other, because look, it's like you light up each other's hearts. So there's like I feel like there's a really big reason for this. It's like group DNA healing, which can be family, but it can also just be like a workplace or a classroom, because like it might not be DNA, but it's like the energy of the group is being healed. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions about that, but it's very beautiful. Two. You got Ariel. Your mermaid's Ariel. New moon in Pisces. 3 of Wands. I'm hearing waiting. Oh, and you're feeling really good about like your beauty, like just like your literal physical beauty, the way that you look. You're feeling really good about it because like look at her. Can we see this okay? Yeah. Look, she's got like pearls on her shoes, flowers in her hair. Her hair looks beautiful and braided and healthy, and she's wearing this red dress. She's got pearls around her wrist. And then I'm drawn to this blue, this water, the blue droplets, which are also coming off of her wrist. Like you're really processing your feelings, even if you feel like you're not going anywhere right now, which is really allowing you to heal. So if you feel stuck and you feel like you're just repeating the same patterns over and over, like you're just like, or, just like going to work, coming home, doing this, like, in a repetitive nature, like it may feel that way, but actually you're processing a lot of feelings because there's not much forward movement in your life, which is extremely healing and healthy. Yeah. And you're feeling really good about yourself and how you look. But I'm definitely hearing like waiting, stagnancy. But that's not the whole truth. Like I was talking about at the beginning with like how Neptune and Pisces can kind of create illusions. So the truth of the matter is that you look great and you're feeling great. If you really like sat with yourself and really reflected on like how your feelings are being processed and how different you are because of that, and the way that you look at yourself in the mirror, like the difference there than what it used to be, you would see that. So there's your message. You should do that. You looking hot. whether you're a man or a woman, okay? Ace of Wands in reverse, yeah. You're feeling a lack of vitality, or you're not really feeling a lack of vitality. You're feeling a lack of passion because the Ace of Wands came out reversed. This is an eagle. I'm actually being called to say you probably have a prominent Scorpio placement, which is why you're so frustrated with not moving forward. Yeah. This little bug coming over here, whatever. There might be a little bug who's about to come in our video. Yeah. You're kind of feeling like a lack of passion for life, but the reason is because you're still emotionally healing and processing really effectively. Okay. Yeah. Oh, and you're learning right now. Whatever news stories are popping up in your feed, whatever you're feeling interested about Googling, etc. This is a really good opportunity for you to do that, and that's going to help you in the long run, and you'll see it later. Humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. Yeah, you're really growing right now. See the tree? You're growing and learning about yourself and your own beauty and your own emotions, but also what makes you excited and passionate about life. So, this is all about like a new start, being able to create a new start, like the next chapter, the next project, etc. And you're not quite there yet because you're still learning. And you should really continue to embody this energy because it's healing you, it's making you feel good about what you look like, and it's allowing you to learn specific lessons that your soul wants to learn. In the 4th house, I'm getting a real strong sense from this, even though you feel bored and stagnant, you're very safe and grounded and rooted right now. And that's actually a huge blessing that the universe wants you to know that you have right now. Because some people really struggle just to feel safe. And, a lot of people, they stay stuck in survival mode and they can't move from surviving to thriving because they're scared and they don't feel secure and safe and grounded, with home and food and safety. And so this is just a friendly reminder that even though you feel stagnant, one of your really great blessings right now is you're safe, you're protected, you're grounded, and you're learning, you're looking great, and you're processing your feelings. Okay, so although you're not moving forward yet, like an eagle, this eagle is ready to go. That's why I'm you are very likely to have a Scorpio placement. A strong one too that you navigate well. It's because you are evolving on so many different levels. So when you do step into this, you're going to really create some magic. Okay. Ooh, and then look at that. Yeah. You definitely have a Scorpio placement. Please tell me if you don't, because I'd be so surprised, especially with the Raven coming up. Prepare for change. I'm being called to read this out of the book for you. But I can just tell you, straight up, this is about, your life is going to change. You are going to get, passionate again. You're going to be able to create lots, I'm hearing, lots. Relationships, hobbies, jobs, places you want to go, people you want to see, people you want to meet. I'm just going with what's coming. Your life is significantly going to change. You're really going to feel it. Which is why, everything, that I've been talking about is changing so much within you. And you're in a safe place to do it. Because that's the thing. You can't move from surviving to thriving, truly thriving in life. Your highest version of yourself. Unless you feel secure enough to pursue the highest version of yourself. So, really appreciate that, okay? Also, ravens, it's death and rebirth, what I was talking about at the beginning, coming out of this period of death to the old you. This is a Scorpio card. This is the death card. And this is bottom of the deck energy. Also, archangels Azrael and Bokpi. Look them up, their significance, call on them for help. Archangels specifically want to help. It's their job. They love to do it. And these are the ones that are specifically calling to you. But yeah, we're going to read for sure. Raven. Yeah, you're going through a really big change internally so you can have a really big change externally. Oh, I'm so excited for you. I kind of want this to be my pile too, but I'm still not sure which one is. But we just started, so. Okay. Guidance. When you receive this card, your guidance is to watch your thoughts. Make sure that they are positive and wholesome. Examine your intentions and make clear ones for everyone's good, including your own. A pure vision sets your journey to enlightenment and ascension. The Raven suggests that you have skills and talents that will enable you to bypass obstacles in a clever and different way. Whoops. It also warns you to be prepared for sudden change or a transition into something unexpected and new. You have all the support and help you need for the transition ahead. Wow. Boom. What a beautiful way to wrap up your reading, right? All right. 3. This little blonde mermaid with the pink swimsuit. New moon in Pisces. I'm hearing being surrounded by opulence, but also being bored. I'm hearing the words opulence and boredom. Ben. Knight of Pentacles. I believe this is the Knight of Pentacles. Just hold on, let me get the book real quick. I just want to be sure. Ooh, and you've got the Ace of Swords. You're going to have some sort of clarity that's going to get you out of the boredom. Okay, so just hold on one sec. Yeah. Is that what it is? Yes, I was right, but I think there's a reason why I wanted to read out of the book still. So, Kingmaker, Kingbreaker, Manipulator. Oh, this is very interesting. A young man who knows the ropes and how to use them. A mover and shaker, but can be cynical and somewhat ruthless in pursuit of his agenda. Okay? I feel like you're at a crossroads where you are very comfortable in your masculine energy, whether you're a man or a woman. You're at a crossroads in your life where you know how to be a king. What's interesting is this is the knight, isn't it? Or is this the king? Sorry, hold on. It's important. Yeah, this is the knight. Okay. Just wanted to be sure, so I give you the truth, always. Knight of Pentacles, on their way to become the king, okay? So you are comfortable in your masculine energy, like you going out there, being a go-getter, showing up in the world, like strong in your willpower and your confidence, okay? You know how to make it to become the king. But you're at this crossroads where it's like, are you going to do it ruthlessly or are you going to do it in a way that's benevolent? That's definitely... And the good thing is that you haven't been quite moving forward from knight to king because you're not sure. You're not sure how things are going to go. I sense a strong desire to become the benevolent king, but also a strong fear that out of habit that you may become the ruthless king. So you've been kind of like not doing anything, which I actually am hearing is good. I'm literally hearing good. So yeah, that makes sense with the opulence. Like you got it good in life in terms of like finances and things and likely status, where you're at right now. Or for some of you, it kind of feels up in the air. Your status is a little up in the air. There's a little bit of confusion. But it makes sense because the world is an outer reflection of our inner world. And you feel like in a confused energy. But I'm hearing with Mercury retrograde. This is the Ace of Swords. This is about an aha moment. The universe literally handing you new ideas through your intuition or synchronicities that will help shape your life. So with Mercury being retrograde in Pisces, stay on the lookout for any like songs specifically. I think songs are going to be very strong for you that come your way to teach you something or to guide you or answer a question you have. If you ask the universe a question, if you ask for help, you will receive answer and guidance in the form of synchronicities. Songs feel very strong, but it could be anything. It could be repetitive numbers. So pay attention to if you keep seeing the same number or anything. Animals that come your way. Animals feel strong for you too. You look up their meaning. Why are they showing up for me right now? What is that reflecting back to me? You know, because the world is a reflection of ourselves. I feel called to repeat that message for you. But you're definitely going to receive the insights that you need to get you out of your confusion through this retrograde specifically. So I'm also being called to tell you that the retrograde is going to be mostly in Pisces, but then it's going to go into Aquarius from the 4th to the 10th. So pay attention to that transition and what changes within your own mind and the synchronicities that you're getting, the information you are receiving. Also, be sure to be willing to put yourself out there to the universe and ask for the help that you need so you can move forward. You feel like a colorful personality too, because you look at that. Very imaginative. And if you are called to do your own channeling, like through your own music or poetry, or like painting, because you feel pretty creative, do that, because sometimes the universe can speak to you through that. It can channel through you. Mm-hmm. So we've got shadow attribute of the alchemist, misuse of power and knowledge that comes through spiritual practice. I think for a lot of you, you are either newly involved in New Age spirituality, or you are reigniting your passion for it, or you have been for a long time, okay? You're going to fit into one of those 3 categories. And you're also starting to feel the power of that. So this is just like a warning. Don't use it to serve for self-serving. Like, you know, don't be this guy who just cracked that guy's head open, you know? With great power comes great responsibility. That's just channeled for you. And it's very true. Yeah. Something that I feel called to share with you is I use the I Ching Oracle often. And it has said to me, the bounty of God will be given to and will flow through the person who exhibits the qualities of humility, compassion, and economy. It is not because of your great talent, you know, or you're the only one who can do it. It's because you are humble enough to let God flow through you. So I feel really, I got the chills. I needed to share that with you. I also thought that was so beautiful, right? And then your animal is the gray squirrel. Find new ways of solving problems. Another thing I'm noticing here is like he's really connected to source through his 3rd eye. Like that is really strong. And there's a crystal in that. I don't know, can you see? Can you see the little crystal in his 3rd eye? And that doesn't happen for all the cards when the animal is connecting. So, 1, if you haven't invested in crystals yet, do. 2, if you have them and haven't used them for a while, do. And 3, there's a message here of like, the more you connect to the knowledge of the universe and accept that and ask for it and really listen, it's going to open your mind, which will in turn open your heart and make you even more confident. And a confidence that's different from arrogance. A confidence that is like free-flowing and awe-inspiring and gives you energy, rather than an arrogance that eventually ends up exhausting you and pissing people off. Yeah. Finding new ways of solving problems. I think your problem right now is how to move forward, and the universe is going to be like giving you lots of insights with this Ace of Swords right here. So that's really great. And then Venus. You've got Venus. The attraction of, pleasure from, good times. This is tying back into what I just said about confidence, how it's like awe-inspiring and it uplifts you. It uplifts your energy rather than drains your energy, and then, you find yourself alone. You're going to notice the more that you tap into like this humility of letting God flow through you and listening when God appears to you. If you don't like that word, you can substitute that for the universe, the Holy Spirit, etc. Higher energies, whatever word suits you, okay? But you're going to notice good times with others. You're going to be enjoying the pleasures more of life, and in a way that's not exhausting, that doesn't create unhealthy chaos, which you've been used to. It's like a way of enjoying the finer things in life in a healthy way and in a way that is good for everyone involved. You're going to start attracting more of those types of experiences, and you're going to notice how your energy feels higher rather than lower. Yeah. That's the difference between confidence and arrogance for you. So like Venusian energy, I think you're really going to learn how to tap into that more, like your feminine side more. You're learning how to tap more into your feminine energy because you tend to operate from your masculine energy. And the more you become balanced within your male and your female energies, the better you will be at being king. One second. Alrighty. 4. Excuse my acid washing, my accidental acid wash. It's cool. My cousin said it's on trend, so we go. You little blue mermaid. Okay. New moon in Pisces. You're feeling yourself. So I think you've got like a kind of a saucy, fun, exotic type of attitude about you. Like you're really feeling it. And this is the Queen of Pentacles, so you're feeling good. Like all your needs are met. You got good food, good vibes, good times, good people. Like you're just feeling real good. This is actually one of my favorite cards in this deck. It's hard to choose though. This is a great deck. This is you, Queen of Pentacles. Grounded, but also abundant. Yeah, you're just feeling really grounded in who you are, and so you're seeing that reflected in your outer world. Like everything's going pretty smoothly, and even if it doesn't, you can come back to your center because you're grounded in this earth energy, which is what pentacles are. And you just brush it off and you just move along, and then things get better again. And you reflect on what you needed to learn from that and why it needed to happen. And is it karmic? And is it a pattern? Is it a cycle? Like you're just doing really well. You're doing really well in life. Congratulations. Okay, so then we've got, that feels different. So we've got femme fatale, but the light attribute. Good, that was a confirmation. Highlights the erotic energy of the feminine. So I think because you have taken account specifically for your sexual energy, whether you're a man or a woman, although I'm pretty sure at least the majority of you are female, I know all of you function mostly from your feminine energies, and you are most comfortable functioning from that because you have ownership and power over specifically your sexual energy, your erotic energy, your second chakra, which also ties into your creativity. You're feeling more creative. Like this power is for you. Yeah. And since you're really owning that power, which is a huge power source, for you, your heart's opening even more so. Really, really good. Yeah, you're kind of like peeking out now from behind this little blindfold, little fan. You're like peeking out, and you're like, yeah, I feel good about coming out. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm getting a message for like a small group of you that some of you are like ready to come out, like you are gay or bi or trans, or you could identify even just as queer or non-binary or what are the new ones? anything within that realm, and you're like getting ready to come out, like literally. So congrats on that too. Now this feels different. Be careful. I'm not saying don't do it. Okay, I think for all of you, like it's like you're coming out, either like you're gonna be like, I'm part of the LGBTQ plus family, or you're gonna be like, I am this. I am, I'm me, comfortably, confidently, like, and you're gonna start showing that to people more, but be careful. Like, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm actually like really encouraging you to do it, and that's so great. Because I think that for some people it's not gonna be well received. Because you're just embracing your nature, like your true nature. But other people, I'm hearing, necessarily don't. They live in a false mask. So seeing you do this is really going to trigger them, and then they may even become abusive, like, verbally abusive. I'm feeling more verbally. So yeah, but to be honest, sometimes these experiences strengthen our confidence even more because we walk through it with ourselves and we show ourselves we can handle it, And then Samaritan shadow attribute. I think like for some of you, you want to come out to your family, or you want to be more like yourself around your family, like your true self, or anyone who takes care of you, like at work even, because, they give you your money to live. But they feel that, like, since they're taking care of you, or since you're a part of their organization, or you're a part of their family, or even a part of their friend group, they feel that, like, you're supposed to be a certain way. So they are, instead of exacting appreciation and recognition for the help they're offering you, they are like, but we want you to act this way because it reflects on us. But don't buy into that, is what I'm being called to tell you. Be yourself. And also don't feel like compulsive about like coming out in whatever way, whether you're just going to be yourself more loud and proud, Don't do it because you feel like you have to, or you're overcompensating, because that'll drain your energy and could cause more chaos than you really need in your life, because you're in this really grounded place. Okay? Make sure it's coming from like an authentic, like, I feel called to do this. I feel like it's time. I feel like it's important. I feel like it's going to benefit everyone, whether or not they accept it, whether or not they're nice about it. Because oftentimes even the people who are abusive and bully you, it helps them. Especially if they don't say it, they're not going to say it, but it inspires them. And you'll find actually the people who bully you and try to look down on you and make you feel bad about yourself actually are kind of inspired by you. It just triggers them. It triggers something within them. Oh my gosh. Dare to be different. How beautiful. That's your card. I don't handpick these either. Oh, I love these so much. Let's read. Oh, I'm so proud of you. That's so great. I'm super different too. I actually feel like this could be my pile. I'm not sure though. So bravo. I'm so proud of you. Let's see. Hyenas are very intelligent and most unusual animals. This is your animal. That's like, it embodies like what you're going through right now. Okay. Let's see. They're sociable and disciplined animals. They're learning and teaching about love, family, and community. Yeah, I think by you standing in your power of who you truly are, you're teaching, you're leading by example. Hyena wisdom reminds you to accept your own special qualities. We are all different, and you are called on to rejoice in your uniqueness. Be ready to bring about change in the dynamics of your family or community or in a work situation. Decide what is for your highest good, knowing that when something is right for you, the universe ensures it is in everyone else's best interests too. Keep yourself in equilibrium. Balance any reticence with a tendency to be forthright. Then listen to your inner guidance and act on it. So I think when it says balance any reticence with a tendency to be forthright, it's like if you feel timid and scared, kind of encourage yourself to be more brave. But if you feel like you really shouldn't say something, then really don't. It's like this is all about you tapping into your own intuition right now. And regardless of the situation, being true to yourself. And maybe pushing yourself a little out of your comfort zone in whatever way that applies for you to really just be who you are. And also consider the highest good of everyone. Remember that self-discipline is the basis for ascension and mastery. Be yourself at all times. When you dare to be all that you truly can be, people will admire and respect you. Wow. I've got chills and I'm like gonna cry. You can screenshot that if you want, if you ever need to come back to this. That's amazing that card came out for you. Okay, and you got 3 karma cards, which is the most out of all the piles. So you've got Moon in Taurus in the 10th house. Feelings about your home, your roots. You're facing feelings about your roots, your family, your childhood, your conditions of how you've been raised to be. You're also addressing your feelings of how you like to be productive in the world from a grounded place of self. So you can be responsible in your success to become a person of power and status. I read the tops because that's how it came out. If it flips the other way, I'll read the other side. Yeah, you're really owning your power. And I think not only are you addressing like maybe childhood patterns, family, friends, workplace, but you're also deciding like what's going to work for me going forward in my true authentic energy. And you're going to notice that the more you pursue what's authentic to you, what feels right for you, in a brave but grounded way, you're going to become more powerful and have even more status. And you're going to connect with like-minded people who are just like you. You'd be surprised. There's a lot of weirdos in the world. Hi, here I am. I'm one of them too. And it's a good thing. Weird is good. I say that in like the most complimentary way. Cool. I need some water. Okay. 5. This blonde mermaid with the red outfit. New moon in Pisces. Pile 5. 10 of Wands reversed. I actually sense for a lot of you it's leaving a romantic relationship behind. Or feeling like you guys are in a new chapter in your relationship, like you finally faced all those issues that you needed to face, and now you've moved on to like almost like a new beginning in your relationship. So I'm thinking for like half of you, you had to leave a romantic relationship, or it could have been sexual because of the wands, because you just weren't seeing eye to eye, or it was just time for your energies to part ways. But for like the other half of you, I think that you finally addressed those issues that were causing the tension in your relationship. I think a lot of them, because it's the 10 of Wands, which is the end of a cycle. And now your relationship is feeling fresh again. And this could just be on an energetic level. Like if you fall into the soulmate or the twin flame category, like something changed. You reached the end of your rope. Both of you did. You were both exhausted. And now you've reached like a new cycle. You're at the beginning of a new cycle. And for those of you who fall into the soulmate and twin flame category, I think you'll know what I mean. But feel free to ask questions if you want. So there's that. There's definitely a sense of like things were extremely like intense and frustrating, possibly like sexually overwhelming, and it being over now between two people. However that applies. Okay, and then there's Hermit. So Oh, okay. Sorry, real quick. There's another message. Some of you had to like come back together with an ex in one way or another. Like you may have just had sex for one night, or like they texted you and you talked on the phone or texted each other. But closure came through that. So yeah. Or you talked things out enough and then restarted again. And I think for a small group of you, that could be a good thing. So yeah, just I'm hearing just don't repeat the same patterns from the past. Okay, so with Hermit, seeks solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. Spending more time alone to like listen to how you're feeling and reflect on what you're thinking. Be creative by yourself and for yourself. Like that is going to help you no matter which situation applies for you with this 10 of Wands being reversed. I think that the mistakes you made in the past were because you didn't take enough time for yourself to process how you were thinking and feeling and create your own things for yourself. It feels like you were so focused on this other person or being with somebody else that you just kind of weren't taking enough time for you. So this is a call to do that. And also it kind of feels like in this new moon, you're just naturally doing that, which is really good. And it means that you're working really well with your intuition. You don't have very many cards. So yeah, you're definitely processing a lot of relationship energy with this new moon. And Mercury retrograde. Being called to tell you that. Be true to yourself and the universe will reward you. Okay. You specifically need to know that whoever you are romantic with, dating, having sex with, like anything in that realm, they respect your unique, true personality. They don't try to make you become somebody else. They don't try to manipulate you because you are very different. You are literally here on this planet to like get rid of negative energy and transmute it. People can be very harsh and judgmental of you in society. You specifically need to feel safe and protected in your true, authentic self within a intimate relationship, whether it's just intimate sexually or romantic, because you face a lot of flack in society because you're that different. But it's amazing that you're looked down upon because you help out so much. That's exactly what this rat card talks about, you know, because people are like, oh my god, rats. But it's like rats literally like are here to get rid of garbage, like actual literal garbage. So I think right now you're being called, like, no matter what your intimate relationships are looking like, to go inward, respect who you are, reflect on who you are, be creative, you know? It doesn't have to be like hard work. It shouldn't be to spend time with yourself. I think it's like you're learning that lesson right now. And then also like you're going to see that when you choose yourself and relationships that reflect the trueness of yourself, like the close ones that you have, even if they're just sexual, because, you know, if you don't know this already, you're exchanging energy as you have sex with somebody. So even if you're not like romantic, it's still very intimate. So, yeah, be true to yourself and the universe will reward you. The more that you're true to yourself, the more you're going to see reflected back to you through synchronicities and the help you need and opportunities. Like the universe is like, yes, 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 keep doing that. Like you're going to get little like breadcrumbs from the universe. Like, good job, keep going, keep going. I know it's tough, but just keep going. Be true to yourself and the universe will reward you. Archangel Gabriel helps heal your heart. So I think you're also healing your heart right now from past relationship pains, whether you're in one or not. It could even be about the one that you're in, still healing, you know, even though you've entered a new chapter, you still could be integrating healing energies. You know, healing doesn't just happen and boom, you're healed. Like sometimes it's like a process. You also should look into Archangel Zadkiel. I don't know as much about him, but definitely should look into it. Call on them. But I definitely know Archangel Gabriel helps heal your heart. And then look, this is like a heart center that is going with the flow and protective. I feel like people should respect not only who you are as a true individual, but also like how protective you make people feel safe. You could even be an earth sign or have like a prominent earth placement. You make people feel grounded and safe and understood and guided. Like you have that kind of like mothering, fathering vibe about you, which isn't appreciated enough and taken advantage of, actually, is what I'm feeling here. And as you like kind of come into your own cocoon and let your heart heal and go with the flow, hermit, be creative in your hermitage, you're going to notice like your mind, I think you're actually also experiencing mind healing, like your thoughts. You're getting out of those self-defeating patterns the more you let go of and heal from the past, because mind and heart are linked. Okay? Then you have the 9th house. Do it in a big way. For some of you, you need a life overhaul, and I think you are already doing it. Like doing it in a big way in the sense of like letting go of a lot of relationships from the past. To spend time alone, to really start over, okay, with the doing it in a big way. But it's really going to serve you in the end, and you'll see later, even though this is very difficult. But I'm also being drawn to as if it or they came from all there is. I have a feeling the more time you can make for yourself, the more you're going to see like miracles kind of present themselves to you, either through your own mind or like I'm actually hearing your computer, like things that pop up for you. Because it's not any toxic energy coming from other people. It's actually the universe communicating with you. So it's like with it coming from all there is, it's like the universe can finally like talk with you and be like, look, this is what's going on. This is how you're feeling. This is how it can be understood. And this is how you can help yourself, like, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I kind of want to pull one more card. I'm not sure though. Let's see. Oh, a romance angel, duh. And 5 for their 10 of Wands reversed for their relationships in general. Oh, that flipped. Worth waiting for. That one literally flipped. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Okay, for those of you where you're in like a new chapter, a new fresh start with either an ex or the relationship you've been in, if it still feels like there's a bit of a stagnancy there and you're like, I don't know what's going on. I thought we already talked about this and worked through this. It's just calling you to be patient as the healing energies are still integrating. And then for those of you who are like healing from past relationships, who have either like found closure with exes and left them behind, or are having like a whole life overhaul where like all the relationships are leaving basically, or at least most of them, and like you're starting new, like literally like over with relationships in general because you've changed so much. Like this love that you want, that you really crave, a healthy, intimate relationship with somebody who really respects and understands and honors who you are. And not only that, but like loves it, like it's gonna happen. And divine timing is at play. So this is like definitely like a soulmate or a twin flame, okay? Yeah, bottom of the deck, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. For a lot of you, exes are trying to come back into your life right now. And really, obviously, it's your choice what you want to do, but try to be detached enough to observe what's going on, like from a logical place. Because if you do, you will see how the signs are cautioning you that this is like, if you choose this will be you going backwards into somebody who doesn't respect like who you are. Okay. Yeah, and then also like if there's something that maybe you shouldn't pursue or do, or rekindle on any level, whether it's a career or a friendship or a relationship, like the universe is going to send you signs, especially if you ask for them. And pay attention when you see red flags, okay? Don't just ignore them like you've done in the past. I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm just trying to like give you the messages that are coming in, okay? For your own good. So let's see. I think I'm just being called to just do like general messages about your love life. This is my like love messages deck that I created. There we go, that flipped. Give me space, but in reverse. Hold on, let's see. Let's clarify that specifically. I feel conflicted in reverse. Okay, I think right now you're in an energy of like, everybody just leave me alone. Like, you feel really overwhelmed, I think. I think this is you. You're like, I just need some space to focus on myself and not feel like mentally conflicted, okay? But the more that you embrace this hermit energy, the less you're going to feel like you need space from everyone and the less mentally conflicted you're going to feel. And then you will really be able to see any red flags that come up. Yeah? I think that's it. Yes. Okay, here, yes. I'm trying. Keep trying. The universe knows you've been trying. The universe knows this is difficult. Keep trying. And don't do it in a way where you're like butting your head against a wall over and over again and exhausting yourself. If you have hit a wall, just like sit down and take care of yourself and meditate and do something creative, right? Like trying doesn't have to be painful. Trying doesn't have to be like self-sabotaging. And also be aware of that with the energy being in Pisces, okay? Trying should feel natural. Just set the intention like I want to grow, you know, and then follow the synchronicities, transformation. So you can transform. Yeah, this is just all about you transforming right now and finding the right associations with, this is the bottom of the deck energy, associations, especially intimately. I think a lot of people want to be intimate with you. I'm sensing that. Like, you got exes kind of showing up with Mercury retrograde in one way or another. Family, that just came out. You may even have some family relationships that you're trying to work out right now. Yeah, you have a lot of relationships that you need to figure things out. But take the time you need to be a hermit, and that people, whether they're your family or your exes or your current relationship, they should respect that because you're worth waiting for. Yeah, because you usually feel playful, and that's why everybody loves you, because you're fun and exciting and creative. But you're just not feeling it right now, and that's fine. Anybody who loves you in any way, shape, or form, whether it's like romantic or friendship or family, they should respect when you don't feel like you want to play. When you feel like you just need to be alone and process your feelings. So you can focus on your dreams, bottom of the deck. And really, like, live the life of your dreams. Not just have it be a dream anymore. Make sure the people who are in your life respect that. Okay? Is that your reading? Yes. Six. Purple mermaid, black hair, purple eyes. New moon in Pisces. Is this the Judgment card? Let me just channel for a second. It's the Journey. It's like heaven and hell. I think that the message here for you is that you're coming out of like a duality. What's the word I'm looking for? You're coming out of that like all or nothing mentality that was kind of keeping you in polar opposites mentality. And I don't mean that as like you have a disorder or anything. You might. But I'm definitely feeling manic energy, like real high highs and real low lows, but coming out of it. So, like either you receive the treatment that you need or you found whatever you need to heal this extremity that was exhausting you, the extremity of energy, extremes. Or you've healed your mind enough to where it doesn't take you to high highs and low lows. Because look, heaven's at the top and hell is below, and there's this angel in between holding the scales of balance. So I think this is still an energy that you're working through, but you're figuring it out well with it being reversed. Yeah, okay. Like, I think you'll notice in your life that you either, like, everything was going right, or everything's really terrible. And you're learning how to navigate, like, the middle path. Of, like, no matter what's happening around me, like, my inner world can keep me in, like, a peaceful, balanced place. It feels like your lesson specifically for the new moon in Pisces. Yeah. And then with the light attribute of the slave, it's actually good because it's surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. So I think actually you're learning how to navigate this energy better with like crystals, oils, tarot, like new age stuff that maybe you never thought of before. But the universe is like sending you new ideas and letting things pop up on your feed and people give you ideas because you're like, this is exhausting. I don't know what to do. I need help. I feel like you're finally asking the universe for help, and the universe is like, yes, like here's some ideas. Here's your help. Like, yes, let's do this. It's like you're finally like, okay, help me. And that's how we all receive the help, as we ask for it. You know what I mean? And then you'll start seeing things. And then you'll know what to do. Because you have to also, like, I'm being called to share the shadow attribute with you, actually. It says giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. It's like we can't fall into that, though. Like the universe and God and the angels, etc., they're not going to do the work for us, but they're going to send us the ideas for what we can do for ourselves. So I feel like I really needed to share that with you. And it can be in the form of therapy, too, But definitely I'm being called to, like, if you are just medicating an issue, that it's time to face it, okay? Like find a way to actually heal the issue instead of just numb it. Okay, so we've got shadow attribute of the prince, using power for self-aggrandizement. I think the only reason why you do this doesn't feel like a character flaw. This feels like pain. Like your heart has experienced trauma to the point where you don't function from your heart space. You function more like from your ego in an unbalanced way. You think that you have to kind of come from a place that's ego power. That's like who's the most powerful in the room, who has willpower over another, like that. But it's just because your heart has been hurt. Like I said, it's not a character flaw. But the more you surrender to the divine, the more solutions will come to you to heal your heart, to get you more balanced. And you'll start to live like from a whole different place if you're not already experiencing that. Where it doesn't feel like power struggles with people. Like it feels, or like you have to just keep like seeking for more power, to survive in the world. You're going to feel that less, and you're going to feel more support coming to you through your humility. Yes. Yeah. And I think you've had a rough go of it, which makes sense. Like, I think that you were conditioned in childhood, actually, to either, like, you felt like either poverty of like money and food and home, or like poverty of love as a kid, or like you would have like beacons of hope come into your life only to be taken from you. So, it makes sense why you've been stuck in the cycle of energy, but it's like you're being called to heal that through surrendering to the divine, listening to God and the angels in the universe speak to you and help give you ideas about how to truly heal this within yourself, because it is possible. Okay, you need to know that. No, it's not even just possible. Like you can do this. You just have to do the work. That is possible. Okay, sorry. Mercury retrograde, my bad. Also, we're getting to the end of the piles. I always get a little tired. Sorry about that. That means the same thing. Yeah, so instead of like feeling like you need status or things in society, you'll feel just more peaceful knowing that you're always taken care of. This is like your journey right now, okay? And then with the hedgehog, be a magnet for light, love, and joy. Yeah, because, okay, I see. It's like, hedgehogs, it looks like they could like really hurt you, right? Because they've got those little prickly needles. But really, they're like very loving beings, because I remember reading this, but we're going to read it again. Be a magnet for light, love, and joy. Instead of always having your defenses up, instead of always thinking like, I have to survive, I have to get through this, I have to like be powerful in my, ego. Shifting from that to being open to light, love, and joy coming to you. It takes a vulnerability that's scary, especially when you're shifting energies. But Archangel Gabriel, heart healing. Archangel Gabriel can help you through this if you call on him. He literally wants to do it. He's good at it. He's the heart healing archangel. So cool. He's been coming through a lot today. We're going to read this. Hedgehog. Yeah, despite their prickles, they radiate harmlessness. They make people laugh and feel happy. So I think you have to have a really good sense of humor. And I'm hearing it may have gotten a little lost through your struggles. So tap more into that. Watch more things that are funny. Like TikTok is hilarious no matter how old you are. Seek out funny, videos on YouTube or Netflix. Like go to a comedy show. I think that you should introduce some more comedy in your life to lighten the energy, because that's actually extremely healing. Being called to share that with you from the book. Oh, and look at this. Oh, here, I'm going to show you the book. This card is a reminder to laugh at your troubles and take them lightly. Invoke Archangel Gabriel and center yourself in his pure white light so that you absorb the keys and codes of the ascension qualities he carries. They open yourself to the angels of Orion, who come to you when you connect with the hedgehogs. This is your animal. This is like your spirit animal right now. Hedgehogs. Their sonics, even though you may not be able to hear them, will enable you to rise above your past and create a happy, joyous, and love-filled future. So I think that you come off as like tough, but you're really soft. And it makes sense just because of like how you've been conditioned to be. And you really want to be soft. And this is literally like the time to tap into that. Remember that you too can profoundly affect those around you. When you fill your aura with white light, it touches others and enables them to laugh and see higher possibilities. You all become harmless. You are invited to take yourself and your loved ones into a relaxed, peaceful world full of fun and laughter. Yeah, you're definitely on the road to healing, like hardcore. And healing, I think, your family too. Because I think your family around you, I'm being called to share this, is like really loves you and worries about you. But this is like your call to heal yourself and then also heal them in return. Now, family doesn't apply. It could be your friends, it could be your workplace, it could be your school. But definitely I'm feeling a group of people being healed because you healed yourself and they worry about you. Oh, one more card. And you have Aquarius. I'm being called to share that I think that in Aquarius season, you'll really see the fruits of your labor. Yeah, because of this looking like labor to me. Like this reminds me of the women with the big pots in the fields or the big baskets, after they've gone and harvested the crops. Yeah, in Aquarius season, if you really do this work, and really all you have to do is just kind of soften and open yourself up to being vulnerable and follow the breadcrumbs of the universe through synchronicities, which can be songs, numbers, animals. I'd also highly I'd highly advise getting yourself some crystals, some essential oils, and your own tarot deck, because then the universe can really communicate with you like all the time very easily. Yeah, Aquarius season, you're going to really see the fruits of your labor if you do this. Really, you're naturally gifted at being soft, so it's just a matter of like changing your energy. It's still difficult, but you're going to really be tapping more into like your true nature. Okay, and then embrace your eccentric sense of humor. People are going to love it more than you think. You're going to be discovering much more about yourself the more you soften and follow the breadcrumbs of the universe, the synchronicities, and actually tapping into your own genius. There is a certain genius that is within you that's not being tapped into because of your hard exterior. It's almost like you're kind of being hard with yourself too. There's something that happened to you in your childhood that made you feel like you couldn't fully open up your true self. I think that's going to be different for all of you, but it's time for you to do that with yourself. And then you're going to see how well received it is. Wow. There you go. And actually, one more message. I think a lot of you are very masculine women, and it's just time to tap more into that feminine aspect of yourself. And we, luckily enough, are at a time in society where like a lot more women are stepping up to support other women. So seek that out too. I'm hearing social media. Whoop. Okay, 7. The blonde mermaid with the pink outfit. Hello. Okay, we've got Page of Cups. Wait, that's a big cup. One sec. I'll let you look at it. No, that's King. Yeah, okay. I think there's a reason though that I was sensing Page of Cups energy, even though this is the King of Cups. You're learning how to emotionally mature in this new moon in Pisces. And with the new moon being in Pisces, it's a really great opportunity for that because Pisces is a water sign that will help you process your feelings. So if you can now, I think a lot of you may need to schedule some time ahead of time. You feel very busy, aren't we all? But you particularly really do. Like schedule some you time where you can just go and be alone with your feelings and journal and listen to music and cry it out. Like that's going to be extremely healing for you so you can evolve more emotionally. You're going through like an emotional maturity right now to the King of Cups. So literally make some time in your schedule like me time and do it however you want. This is the Queen of Cups. Wow. You've got a suit match here. Queen of Cups. All right. I don't say this very often, but I'm thinking twin flame. Like you feel like the one who's evolving into the King of Cups. You're the masculine. This is the Queen of Cups. This is your divine counterpart. Could be soulmates though. I think for maybe like a small group of you it is. So soulmates, I'm really confident this is a soulmate twin flame pile because of the matching suits. King of Cups and Queen of Cups. So you and your divine counterpart, or the soulmate you're supposed to be with romantically next, are both emotionally maturing right now, like really facing your feelings. All of them. Like the positive, the negative, and those that are both. To really process them, to really embody like this regal feminine, this regal masculine to come together like in a very emotionally sensitive and mature way. So you're not coming at each other from like hurt emotional places, which feels like an energy you've been in the past, specifically the recent past. Tell me how that resonates. Yeah. I did see these 2 cards. It's destroying old beliefs about how you connect to God or what God should be. Addressing toxic patriarchy, which actually manifests within our own energy field, whether we're aware of it or not, because the toxic patriarchy is so prominent in our collective human unconscious energy. So like destroying false false beliefs about God and how to connect with God and how God manifests. Also, that God can manifest in female and male energy. So not only are you and your soulmate twin flame healing emotionally right now and really facing your feelings, but you're maturing to be together, and you are processing, rather destroying, like toxic thoughts within the collective about God, specifically revolving around the balance between like God and goddess. Woo, that's intense, yeah. Boy, the twin flame journey is intense. It's so intense. Also soulmates. I mean, I think that they probably play a part in this, like probably not as like big energetically, if that makes sense, but definitely still playing a part. I definitely see that. Okay. Like when I mean big, I mean like the amount of energy that's being transmuted, with the destroyer card especially. Destroyer. Releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for new life within this dynamic between the two of you, and like how you're going to show up in the world, because inevitably it's going to be in a spiritual way. Shadow attribute of God. Despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. See? No more of that. Also, if this dynamic was present in your relationship, I said it already, I'm going to say it again, getting rid of that energy too, because that was just from the collective. Twin flames have to like process a lot of collective toxicity, which could be exhausting. So yeah, but I definitely feel two people standing in their power, not feeling as exhausted anymore, which is allowing the process to happen really smoothly. Maybe a little rocky at times, but more smoothly than it used to be. This feels like a new cycle. Be forbearing and patient, like the camel. Let's read. There we go. Okay, yeah, just this page. As camels move from meditative, empty deserts to noisy, chaotic towns, they are learning and teaching about balance. They are also transforming lower frequencies into light. Bam. Much sacred knowledge from Lakume is contained in their divine blueprint, and this they pass into the golden fifth dimensional ley lines, which are in the earth. It's like the energy lines of the earth, kind of like the chakras of the body, of the human body. Wherever they go, they are helping to maintain the grids for us. Camels, and that's what twins do too. Like twins are gatekeepers. Twins like basically like guard the energies of the unconscious and also help transmute them. You probably already know that. Maybe you don't. Camels are also demonstrating to us to use resources wisely. They have learned to conserve what they have and use it with discrimination so that there is enough for everyone. This is a call, like right now as you're going through this, like conserve your energy, okay? Because you're transmuting a lot within yourself and the collective. You're blessed to receive this card of wisdom. It suggests you hold golden wisdom in your divine blueprint, and that in your life plan you have contracted to share this with humanity. This path calls on you to practice patience, forbearance, and humility. You may feel ahead of your time. Many will sense the light you carry and will react to it in different ways, so you will need to stay in balance whatever is happening around you. If you do not fully recognize who you are, your guidance is to sit quietly, place a golden sparkling light around yourself, and call on Archangel Jophiel, the angel of wisdom, to help you attune to your true self. Then expect the deep knowing held in your soul to start coming forward. And this feels like a really good ritual, like a meditation, if you want to do that. And also really beautiful and imaginative if you appreciate that. And especially in the Pisces energy of the new moon, and the sun's in Pisces right now, and we're Mercury retrograde in Pisces, it'll be even more like of a cool experience, like a imaginative, creative. Okay, we've got Aries, the energy of Aries. Aries is the warrior. Energies to meet the challenge of your desires regarding, resulting from the honesty and strength of. Yeah, it's just about like being a warrior for yourself right now, and really a warrior for humanity, like through yourself. Knowing when to fight for others, but above all, fighting for yourself. Because when you have that self-love, that like, I'm going to fight for myself mentality, you're functioning from your power, which inevitably just heals people around you just from you being you. That's how powerful you are. It's amazing. Congrats. Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be some challenging energy, I think emotionally, but it's evolving you. And keep in mind, you're transmuting energies of the collective for a positive reason right now. Through your practice of your healing. And 8. The orange mermaid with the red hair and the gray eyes. Hello. New moon in Pisces. 8 of Swords reversed. Oh my god, that is so funny. Okay, so basically this is my pile and it's yours too. So I'm going to pull another archetype card because look, I pulled that one with my name on it. Hello, this is my pile. How funny. We're going through the same thing, my friend. So basically, you have been like overwhelmed by your thoughts, and I think the activity in your life, the activity has been picking up in your life. Conversations, interactions, thoughts, new ideas. Like it's good, but it's also kind of a test of like, okay, but you have to know how to navigate this. You have to know when to like rest and take time for yourself. You need to know when to have mental rest, when to tell people that you need some time alone. So it's an opportunity, and it's also like encouragement. Like your life is picking up and things are getting better, but if you're feeling overwhelmed, it's just time for you to meditate, let your mind rest your body more, spend more time alone. You're being called to find the balance with all of this energy and all this new energy right now. But successfully with the 8 of Swords being reversed. I think you've been overwhelmed. You've been in your head about things. You tend to be more spiritual, and you've been navigating from more of like your like logic ego self, but now you're being called to balance the two, and it feels like you're doing it successfully. Like you're not in your head like overwhelmed, like like you're coming out of that, because you're going to be like learning how to navigate both now. Your spiritual self and your ego self in a balanced way. That's really good. So if you've been feeling overwhelmed and exhausted by your own brain and all these interactions you've been having, like, it's cool. You're learning how to navigate it better. It's just new energy entering your life, and also kind of like to gauge where you're at. Like, can you handle this moving forward? Like, can you handle more? Are you going to know when to pull back with yourself and with others? So, haha, the archetype card is Jungle Vixen. That's funny. Okay, that's definitely Archangel Michael, haha. He's so funny. I love him. Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting kind of tired. This last pile, though. Oh. Okay, pile 8, new moon in Pisces, please. Feels like this one. Flip it. I'm hearing flip it. Are there any more for pile 8? Oh, yeah, these two. Okay, we've got Advocate. Inspires you to put compassion into action. Yeah. I think you're really enjoying your interactions with people more, and also it's like, good, now it's time to step up and like that social justice urge you have, like even in small ways, act on it. Because you're called to that for a reason. Okay, this is a warning. I was saying you're kind of learning how to navigate between like your ego self and your like spiritual higher self. Try not to put too much emphasis on financial gain and having control over what's happening in your life right now. because things are changing so rapidly, I think you're kind of feeling like, okay, oh, I really need to like understand. I really need to get a grip. I really need to know. Like I've been feeling that about certain things. Like I just want to know. I just need to know. But like you're really being called to like let go of the reins because the universe is putting things in place for you right now. Like the more you try to hang on and like have control and know what's going on, the slower things are going to be and the harder it's going to be for you to be in the right energy to receive everything the universe is trying to give you right now, like this whole new life. So, yeah, and then, try not to be too obsessive about like finances or like how you're going to get money. I'm hearing it's all going to work out. I don't even think you really need to be like worried about that right now. So try not to get like too mentally involved with like, I need more money. Just be like, I know I will always have what I need. And then watch how things change. I think it's just a matter of like, just like a warning. Yeah. Like this is the time for you to just like let go. If you're like me, it is extremely difficult. But I actually am working on it. I used to do tarot readings a lot more for myself, and now I'm doing them a lot less because I'm trying to go with the flow. So, message for you too, especially if you're a reader and you do readings for yourself all the time, try to do a little less and just kind of slowly, You don't have to cold turkey yourself because then you just get all frustrated. Like, kind of treat yourself, like nurture yourself the way you would your own kid, or if you had a kid, like compromise and kind of like slow movement and like steady movement. The slow and steady knight wins the race, or the slow and steady wins the race, the Knight of Pentacles. He knows what he's doing because he's moving slowly and steadily in a grounded way. It's like your lesson right now. And also to like let go of control and trust the universe has got your back and like really working things out for you right now. Just focus on being balanced within like what's happening in your physical life, all the movement that's picking up, and also like your spiritual life and your hermit time that you enjoy. Find a way to have just the right amount of both. Okay? And then shadow attribute of the rescuer. Assumes the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. Okay, there's a few messages here. The first one I'm feeling is this social justice you feel called towards in one way or another, however it is. It could be environmental justice. It's just activism. I think it's a passion for you. Don't expect anything in return and don't expect appreciation because that's something that you need to heal within your family line, and actually you're already doing it. Just keep kind of writing that and watch for those tendencies. Okay, there's one message. Let's see. You're learning how you can have relationships with people and let them give to you and not always like feeling like, okay, well, what are they going to expect from me in return? Like, I think you're used to that. Like when people are generous with you, that they expect something from you. I think that's an energy you're used to. It feels like within your family, especially. It's not always going to be like that. So try not to be so rigid in your thinking. Yeah. And if there is anyone around you that's like this, who's helping you out in some way, and they're trying to keep you in this needy mentality, try to rely on them as little as possible. Try not at all if possible. Because this is something you're evolving out of, and you're also starting to see that not everyone is like this. So, yeah. Yeah, especially with the Eight of Swords being reversed, because this type of interactions with people, whether it's like they're helping you financially or like they're giving you compliments or like showing up for you in one way or another, like they still had like a toxic dynamic of expecting you to like act a certain way or be a certain way. And you felt like everyone was going to be like that, and which is what kept you in this Eight of Swords, like in your head, like just wanting to be alone. And now you're like coming out of that. You're like, not everybody's like that. Not everybody's going to be like this. Like you're coming out of that, like feels like childhood conditioning, or it could just be the societal conditioning you've been used to based on your childhood. That feels pretty right. Let me know if it's different. It could be similar but different because this is a general reading. Okay. Leadership. Yeah, because if anyone has tried to like have you bow down to them or, keep your energy lower to make them feel better, or use your energy to give to them, to lift them up while you drain yourself, etc. Anything that's kept you out of this leadership energy that is very natural for you is not serving you anymore. And you know that already. I feel like you're already coming out of this, but just careful, don't fall back into it. You're a leader. You're creative and a leader. You embody this king of the jungle energy. That's the lion. That's Leo. Do what you want to, not what others expect of you, no matter what they're doing for you, whether they're giving you an ego boost or they're helping you out a little with some money or, giving you a place to stay, etc. Do what you want to do because you know how to navigate for the highest good of all. You don't function from a place of being selfish. That's not your natural, energy. Your natural energy is you're just very giving and you're a leader. People look up to you naturally, especially when you're yourself. So just really embody yourself, okay? I'm feeling fire, burn up those lower energies and burn up the lower energies within yourself that you picked up from others. Yeah. And kangaroo, be a force for good. You're a leader. You're fiery, you're passionate, you're creative. You look out for others. You naturally want to be protective of others and look out for others. It's just in you. And you're starting to feel people around you like more of a community. You're starting to care more about the community and the world, your city, your state, your country, etc. because you're seeing that not all people are like this. And you've always cared, but you're like, okay, but I'm not going to go out there if people aren't going to appreciate me or steal my energy, etc., right? But now you're starting to see that, it's benefiting you and others and the collective by you coming out of your shell, by you stepping into your power as a leader. So be a force for good. You're being called right now. Be a force for good. Be yourself. Do what you want to do because it's going to serve the greater good of everyone. Okay, kangaroo. And you're going to notice more abundance for yourself that you deserve, okay? You deserve it. Anytime that, because you're not used to it, if you start, everything, in compliments and people, showering you just with, joy, nice things, free gifts, you deserve it. You deserve it because you're such a great person. You care so much about others and you help everyone. You do so much good that I think that you're not even fully aware of. For the collective. And I think that this extends beyond family and friends and workplace, the collective energy field of humanity. Act as a peaceful warrior. Well, I really sound like I'm tooting my own horn, huh? But I'm tooting yours too. And this is just the messages of the reading, and I'm really about to cry because this is such a good reading. Act as a peaceful warrior. This is the card of wise, balanced, compassionate leadership. Be a peaceful warrior, an upholder of justice and equality. Exactly. Particularly help those who are vulnerable. Yeah, because you know what it's like to be vulnerable. That's why you had to go through all that. Okay? Side note. Back to the book. Treat our beautiful planet with respect and love. Environmentalism. Then nature will support you. At the same time, you are invited to tune into the information and knowledge held within the Lemurian crystals. Lemuria is an ancient civilization. Sorry, hold on. Where they were really highly evolved spiritually. So you're likely an old soul. And you're being called to get crystals if you don't have them already. Because look at this big crystal behind this kangaroo. Yeah. I just want to see if there's any other messages here for you and for me. That was so funny the way that came out. Sorry, I'm just still ha. Kangaroos love this planet and all of nature, and they use their kundalini, their vital energy force, to bound around so that the fragile soil structure of Australia is not damaged. That's how strong kangaroos are. Kangaroos are your animal for this reading, and this is you. You help people who are fragile be stronger. You help those who need it in their vulnerability. As healers, they can draw light from the cosmic heart to heal the ley lines wherever they go. Yeah, you just, by being yourself in your leadership power, anywhere you go, Healing energy is just like disseminated from you. Fills up the place, fills up people's hearts because you function from your heart, which allows people to feel safe to function from their heart around you. And if you're like me, you've been noticing that more when you interact with people. And it's going to keep evolving and opening up for you. So beautiful. Happy new moon, everyone. Let me know if you have any requests for readings. That'll probably get me on here more. But, yeah, I think that like the busyness period of my life is over for a minute because I'm really going to try to embody this Pisces energy right now. So probably have more time for readings if you want. So let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Anything you want to say, I want to hear it, okay? Within reason. Bye.